Okay, we're going to look at another way to solve a quadratic function. Obviously, we have all of these ways. One of them is by graphing, and that's what we're going to use right now. This method works really well if you have a graphing calculator. It also works well if your answers are real numbers, which we will have this year. They'll all be real numbers. But it is not something that I recommend that you use all the time. If you can factor, you should factor. If you can use the square root method, you should use that. Okay, quadratic formula, I kind of like to save till the end and as a last resort. But by graphing is not the recommended way. But I'm going to show you how to use it because it is quick and easy. So my first example that I'm going to give you is x squared plus 5 equals 4x. And just like any of the other methods that you're going to use, well, not all of them, but you want to make this equal 0. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides, which I'll write this down. Make the function equal to 0. Okay? So this becomes x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals 0. Now, I have two sides to this equation. Draw my little brick wall here. This and this. So what we're going to do is take our graphing calculator and go into the graph function, and we are going to enter the stuff on the left in F1 in the calculator. So I'm going to put in x squared minus 4x plus 5. Now if it equals 0, then we're in good shape. We're just going to graph it, and we're interested in finding the roots or where it hits the x-axis. And if you'll notice, this one does not hit the x-axis. It has no x-intercepts, no roots, no zeros. So if that's the case, there is no real solution. Now there will be solutions, just no real solution, and we're only working under the set of real numbers. So we're not going to say no solution, we're going to say no real solution. Okay? My second example that I'm going to give you is negative x squared minus 4x minus 4 equals 0. So since this already equals 0, I'm going to go to the calculator, the graph part of it, and I'm going to put negative x squared minus 4x minus 4. And you can see that this one looks like it touches it exactly one time. Now, if you'll remember, when it touches the x-axis, that's called a 0 on this calculator. So what I'm going to do is use the function to find the 0 for this. So I'm going to go to Menu, Analyze, and then 0, which is number 1. And I have to put the little dash line so that it is to the left and to the right of 0. So put it to the left, I clicked, put it to the right, and you can see it's kind of in the way, so let me move it up here where you can see it. It's telling me that the 0 is negative 2, 0. It hits one time. That means that the solution to this quadratic function is negative 2. It has one solution. If you have a parabola that hits more than once, then you're going to have more than one solution. So let's say that I have x squared minus 6x minus 8. Okay? And let's graph that. So I'll doc B, and I'm going to put, or equal 0, I'm sorry, it has to have the equal 0, you can't do this. So we're going to put x squared minus 6x minus 8 in there. Now you can see this parabola hits the x-axis more than once. So it's going to have two solutions. Okay? Hits twice. So I'm going to go to Menu, Analyze, 0, and then this is what I do when it hits twice. I put my little line in the center, and I drag it over here to the left, and I see that one of the zeros is at negative 1.12. Now, mind you, this is rounded, but that's okay, negative 1.12. I didn't click. I'm going to drag it to the other side now, and I get 7.12. So those are the solutions to this quadratic function. And that's how you use the calculator or the graphing method to solve a quadratic function. Good luck.